Hey boys and girls, this is Miss Theresa. This video is to talk about our handwriting and how it should be done on our work. Now, you know our work, we have these lines and you're supposed to write your name from the left to the right. Your first name, space, your last name. Remember that? Okay. I've seen some work and I've seen that some of us have forgotten to write our last name on our work. So this video is like a friendly little reminder to tell you guys, please, please, please write your first and your last name and make sure you are thinking about the line as you write. You know how Miss Theresa feel about our handwriting, and I think that if you have good handwriting habit, it's going to help you write faster in the future. So let's work at building a good habit here in kindergarten so that when you go to first grade, it will be easier, it will be faster, and then Miss Bueller and the first grade teacher will be so excited to see how well you write. Okay, so I'm going to write each of your names, starting with Tulene name. I want you, while I'm writing their name, to please pay attention to how I'm writing it. I'm using this cup as my helping hand because I don't have a helping hand. I'm using the other hand. See what happened when I don't have a helping hand? I'm using the other hand to hold the camera, so it's impossible to have a helping hand. You guys have a helping hand, so make sure you use your helping hand, okay? Tulene, please pay attention to how Miss Theresa is writing your name on the line. Miss Theresa talk about it a lot. You know exactly how I want your name to look on the line. I want you to make sure to take that time and show Miss Theresa that you remember. Now remember the D. I know you had problems with it. It doesn't start at the top. It starts at the dotted line with a curvy C first. Curve, almost like a circle, right? Then you go top to bottom and close it up. Do it again. From the dotted, curvy C, top to bottom, close it up. And Addie with an I, dotted to bottom. All right, let's look at Ali. Ali is our new kid. Ali, during this time, would be a good idea for you to practice writing on the line so that when you go back to class, you're ready to write like the rest of us. Ali, dotted to bottom. Now, Ali, I know you have very good attention skill because Miss Theresa have been writing numbers with you, and then you know about the top line, the dotted line, and the bottom line. So please pay attention. See, W is a lowercase, so dotted line down, touch, dotted back, down, back. See? A is from the dotted around and down. D is at the dotted curvy C first, and top to bottom. If you start your D with a curvy C, you will never make a mistake of writing the letter B when you need to write the letter D, which is a very common mistake in children. Now, Larry, it has very good handwriting. I haven't seen Larry work yet, but I'm hoping that all of Larry's handwriting is still lovely. So I'm just going to quickly write your name so your friend can see how Miss Theresa expects your name on the line, which I know for sure you're going to do it for me. W dotted to bottom, N dotted to bottom. Okay, Cameron. Cameron is the one I'm worried about. Okay, I'm worried about Cameron because Cameron's hands and fingers are not as strong as the rest. So Cameron, if you do this a lot every day, your fingers are going to get stronger. Okay, top to bottom, pick up your pencil, go to the side, to the top, next door, and then go down to the belly and out to the bottom. A is dotted to bottom, curve like a curvy C. Close it up and follow the side down. M is dotted to bottom, follow the sign up, make one little hump like a roller coaster. Follow the side up, make another little hump like a roller coaster. R is dotted to bottom and a hump like a roller coaster. E is dotted. No, not dotted. I lied. Not at the dot, under the dot so that you can go up to the dotted line, touch it, curve it down to the bottom, like so. N is dotted to bottom, like that. That's Cameron. And now Hicks, capital H is top to bottom. I is dotted to bottom. C, curvy C that we make. K, top to bottom, but this is a lowercase k. It's not a capital K. So your pencil should go on the dotted line next to that long one. And you're going to go from the dotted line, you go into his knee, out to the bottom. See that? S is dotted, curve, down to the bottom, and curve. There you go. Joshua. Joshua, remember, don't start anything from the bottom, always from the top. And try to use the correct motion when you're writing your letters. And make sure you're holding your pencil correctly, because we talk about how if you hold your pencil the way you sometimes forget and hold it, when you write, you have to move your whole hand when you write, and that's going to slow you down. If you practice holding your pencil where your finger is on this tip, you can just move this and not having to move your hand when you write. I know that you have built a habit on writing it the other way, but you know, it's never too late to change that habit. You have done much better here in class. I'm just hoping that you're keeping it up at home. O is dotted to bottom, Josh. Then S is dotted down to the bottom. H is top to the bottom. Follow the side up to the dotted and make a roller coaster hump down. U is from the dotted down to the bottom. Touch the dotted, follow the side down. A is from the dotted down to the bottom, around, touch, and down. Darrensburg, very long last name, and you've done it so many times before. Please don't forget to write your last name on your homework. Okay, and watch out for those dotted lines, because sometimes you go above the line, right? Just try not to go above the line. It does take a little bit of patience. But Joshua, if anybody have patience, it's you. I've seen your patience. You have very good patience. So just make sure you're more aware of your line. B, top to bottom. I am. U is dotted to bottom. That's Miss Trinell, guys. Miss Trinell, say hi. See, everyone's working hard here.
Even Miss Trinell, and that's at first.
That's not true. Miss Trinell always worked hard. Now G is dotted to bottom, down, touch, and curve. There you go. See how pretty it looks when nothing is under the bottom line and nothing is above the dotted line unless you're a tall letter. Now, let's move on to Yusef. Now, Yusef, remember that your names start at the very top and go to the dotted and make a V. You know that. You tell me that all the time. Just don't forget it. It's why I'm doing this video. Then the O. Now, Yusef's handwriting has gotten so much better this year. I remember when Yusef first came into this class and he wrote his name all over the lines. It's like the line didn't even exist. And now his handwriting, because he put so much effort in it, it looks so beautiful most of the time. Jabbar, top to bottom. And Yusef loved it that he was writing on the line now. Remember, Yusef, you tell me, oh, I can write so pretty now, Miss Theresa. And I say, yes, you can. And I'm very proud of you, Yusef, with your handwriting practice and the changes I've seen. There you go, Yusef. It should look like this. I know you can make it look like this, Yusef. Yusef always look good. Jabbar, though, sometimes get messed up. So make sure you work on both, okay? And Jermaine, you're another one with that nice little handwriting. Actually, the truth is, all of your handwriting, all of my student handwriting has gotten so much better this school year. I just don't want you to forget how well you write and start going back to your old habit. Jermaine, just make sure you promise to stay on the line, because Jermaine, every time you stay on the line, your handwriting look awesome. See? Jermaine Jones. All right, then Aria. Aria's has beautiful handwriting, Aria. This is just a little reminder, Aria, to keep it beautiful and nice for me, okay, girl? I miss you too. You know, Miss Theresa, like how much Aria understands me. I like how Aria comments on Miss Theresa. Miss Theresa, if I make a mistake and I say sorry, then it's okay. And she's right. All we have to do is say sorry. So at home, if you guys make a mistake, make sure you tell mom and dad, I'm sorry. Look, the difference between a B and a D. The B starts with a line, then a belly. The D start with a curvy C, almost close it up, then a line. So that's the big difference between a B and a D. All right, Mr. Gannon, I need you to pay close attention because you have that ability to give me a beautiful name, but sometimes you do rush. Remember, the G has to have that pointy tip, so when you get to the dotted line, you pick up your pencil and draw your tongue. The A has to touch the bottom line. The N has to touch the dotted and the bottom line, like that. Give it some nice little hump curve, not no pointy tip sometimes you give me. O is dotted to bottom, and N is dotted to bottom. That nice little curve right there. I would like to see that nice little curve. I'm going to move my little helping hand closer so that this paper stop moving. Pain, capital P, top to bottom. A, dotted to the bottom, close it up, follow the side down. Y, N, E. There you go. Jamal, my little left-hand man. Okay, careful of your letters. J. The A is dotted to bottom. M is dotted to bottom. Make sure you make that nice little hump. Don't start any letter from the bottom line. Jamal, sometime I know you start from the bottom line and then you do loop, loop. No. Everything is either at the top or the dotted line. Nothing starts at the bottom line. That's bad writing habit. A. L is top to bottom. Nixon, capital N. Then we have an I. This is a long video, guys. X is not at the top line. That's a capital X. Dotted line, Mr. Nixon. Okay? O, N. And N, don't start from the right to the left. That's backward. We start from the left, which is close to the O, to the right. Okay? So be careful of that. Miss Theresa noticed that about you. All right, Jason. Okay, Mr. Rogers. You do have nice handwriting. I hope you're trying your best. Staying inside these lines and keeping the letter nice and close together like it's a partnership. Like the word Jason, look how pretty that is. Rogers, top to bottom. You write your letter R's very well, by the way. Here's where it gets tricky for you, because sometimes you write a B. Don't start with a line, because it's a D you're trying to write. Start with a curvy C. When you make a D, start with a curvy C. See how curvy? Then you close it up from top to bottom. See? Then that will guarantee you a letter D every time you write. Okay? Don't spread your letter too far apart. Keep it nice and close because they're partners. Jackson. Jackson, you have beautiful handwriting. You know how I feel about your handwriting. Just like Jason, like I told Jason, keep your letter close together so that it would look neat. Uh-oh, my paper is moving because my helping hand is not strong enough. See how nice it looks when you keep it close. And Santana, top to bottom. And look how nice and close I kept the word Santana. And because I kept it close, look how pretty it looked. See? When you keep all the letters of your name close together, it looks really nice. Oh, I'm running out of space. So now I have to write Dewans and Madison. All right, Dewan, Mr. Stokes. Start your letter D, top to bottom. Dewan, do Miss Theresa a favor. Don't write your letters too fat. Skinny it up a bit. When you write too fat, it looks jumbo and it doesn't look as neat. If you skinny it up, it will look prettier. J, top to bottom, sir. Make sure the hat lay on the top line. Don't put it right here, which is where you used to put it. U is dotted to bottom. A is dotted to bottom. Your handwriting's not bad, though, Dewan. I'm just reminding you of the little stuff that's not giving it the best look. Okay? A, and you know what I'm talking about. We talk about this almost every time, right? And S. There you go, Dewan. And finally, Miss Madison. Madison, your handwriting is very good. It has always been good. Just make sure you keep your letter closer together. And make sure when you spell Victorian, you write the C before you write the T. Sometimes you make that little bitty mistake. Okay, see how nice it is together? And that Y, remember, dot it to the bottom line. Then from the dotted, close it up at the bottom and bring it down. Sometimes you remember that. Sometimes you forget. Victorian is V, I, C before the T. Then all on the line, O, R, and close together, not spread apart. I, A, N. Victorian. There you have it. All of your names. I hope that you guys are trying your best with your names, and I hope to see it on your work. And I can't wait to see you when you come back. Okay, bye.